This is a SimLab 7 Extended ACL. So in this lab, there's an incident report that says all hosts assigned to VLAN 12 have no access to web-based applications on server 1. So there's server 1, and there's VLAN 12, and that has multiple hosts. And they all say they cannot connect to any web-based applications on server 1. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send a ping from this host to this server and verify there's at least layer 3 connectivity. So we'll go to a desktop command prompt. So this verifies layer 3 connectivity only. So if this works, then I've verified that routing is working. Routing is a layer 3 and so I got 2 replies. So sometimes that happens with number convergence. So I'll try it again, and I'm getting all 4 pings. Sent 4, received 4, and no lost pings. So there is layer 3 connectivity. So now I'm going to move up to the application layer, and I'm going to start with an FTP session from a host in VLAN 12 and confirm that it's there's some applications that work on server 1. I want to know, that it's working. Something's working on server 1, some application. So I'm going to start with an FTP session, and so we'll go to host. And I'll type FTP. Okay, there's the username Cisco and password. So I'm there. There's an FTP session. So FTP is working fine. So FTP server, so that server is operational. So now I'm going to go back to the C prompt with the quick command. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to go to router 1 and look at any ACLs that are configured. So I'm going to go show run. So this is router 1. And there is an access list there. There's another command to use. Show access lists. It's a little easier. So that says there's 100 there, and there it is. It shows it plainly is there's a deny TCP 192.168.10. So it's denying all traffic from that 1.0 subnet, and it's www that's being denied. That's web-based traffic. And the permit any is standard. You have to do that to make sure anything else that doesn't match is allowed. So that's interesting. So there's an ACL on there that's blocking web-based traffic. So if I go back to the ACL here, this is access list 100, and it shows it all there. And that's the 1.0 subnet. So that is what's doing it. So the way to fix this is to figure out where the ACL has been applied and remove it. So if I go through this here, there's 1.0, so it's not there. There it is there. So it's on 00 interface on router 1. So there's 00 there, so that's where the ACL is applied and dropping the traffic. So to fix it, I have to remove this statement, IP access group 100 in. That's where it's being applied. So I'll copy that. And I'll go to interface FA, it's 00. And I'll paste that statement there. And I will know it. Okay. So I'm going to go back, take a look at my work. And there's no ACL there. It's still in the configuration, but it's not applied anywhere, so therefore it's not in effect. So having done that, the next thing to do is to verify. So I'm pinging the server again, and there it is. It works now. Pings go through. They work okay. So now I'm going to try a web-based application. Make sure the web applications work. And they do. So there's 3.1. You can tell that's the server 1 IP address. So the web-based programs do work, and that fixed the problem. So that concludes the extended ACL, and the next lab is default gateway.